Okay, I'm not here to impress our very interesting and amazing politicians who suddenly started, becoming patriotic, claiming that there is no genocide, there is no killing, there is no evil in Nigeria, no corruption, all manners of that. And Nigeria, we are in peace, everything, all those kind of statements and assertions, just to protect their comfort zone. I'm not here to impress you, and I would always say that, and it would never last forever. Okay? I know what it sounds like. All you are trying to protect is that you're feeling that there is a foreign force coming to take over food away from you, without regards to the people that you have been stepping upon who are dying in misery and grief and agony. That's a level of wickedness that we enjoy. And suddenly, you've now become, no, that is not a problem. For whatever the US boss says, I don't say how it affects you. But the real point that I want you to understand is that there is clear truth in that. There is genocides, all manners of genocides, tribal genocides, regional genocides, religious genocides, political genocides. They all exist, and people have been dying every day. You don't care. But that's not the thing. I am sure you know that every Nigerian, an average Nigerian who is a victim of all these quagmire and oppression, is ready to have the relief that he or she could, irrespective of whoever is on top. So if the US boss, even if the US is coming to take over Nigeria or whatever, so long as that would take suffering away from them, what our own brothers in the name of our citizens in the leadership could not do, if they can do that, that is fine for them. What else do we come to do with the little time we have on earth to stay? So the point I am making here is that do not even try to bother. Do not make it sound like as if it's something coming out of the moon. It's gonna come. How it's gonna come, we don't know. But this is not gonna last. But the point I want to raise, and I want to make a special demand, a special request to the US boss or to US or Americans, whoever that care to know, is that it hasn't come to that. We understand and we appreciate the concern, but it hasn't come to bring in a military or turning Nigeria to whatsoever. We know our problems and we know how to solve our local problems. We know how to solve. Our main problem in Nigeria, in Africa generally, is leadership. Leadership. However you can help us to reset our leadership, then everything can follow and can, align. Now, you know what happened in 2023, and you know the role of the US government in 2023. The same thing that has been happening. We come to realize that you have a lot of influence on these politicians and what's going on in some of our political space. Now we are asking you, the only help we're going to ask from you is not that of urgent invasions or military invasion, but help us with free and fair election in 2027. I am not saying that you should favor any political party or favor any region or any tribe of no one. Make it free and fair. Whoever wins, let it be. And once you make it free and fair and we get the right leadership, the heart of the citizens, of the majority of the citizens, I tell you, all these things will be fixed. We know how to fix our problems. If we need you to supply us with some military resources, equipment, device, or personnel to fight our own terrorism, we know how to handle them. We don't have issues with religion in Nigeria. We still have brothers and sisters from all over, from Islam or from Christian or from any kind of religion who are still very good, excellent people, nice people to relate with. They are all there. There's nothing wrong in what anybody believes. It's the extremism of it, which we know that most of these politicians also sponsor to help keep their status quo, to help keep their feeding bottle on and active. We know, and you know who do all that. So we are asking you, face these politicians. Once we get our leadership straightened out, we're going to fix our own problems. We know how to tackle all those. We know how to fix them. We are very peaceful people, and I can say that, like I said, not to impress the politicians, but we know that we've come a long way, to know what our problems are and how to solve our own problems ourselves. So give us exactly what we want. All these politicians or any politician that would go to cause any kind of problem in 2027 in any kind of form of rigging or electoral, including the judges, the judiciary, the INEC, OUS, you know them. You know them, and I know that all of them have their families and most of their resources and investments in your country. What do you need to do? You know exactly what to do. Sanction them. Repatriate all their families back to Nigeria. Anybody that gives you any trouble, that tries to distort 2027 election in any way, vote buying, violence, you know them all. Bring them back in Nigeria. pull any sanctions, withdraw their licenses and their certifications and their passports or their visa, whatever you're going to do, you know how to do them. And let it be a very straightforward statement, not threat. We trust in the US, boss. I think to an extent, we don't want to go into the international politics, but we believe that you have Nigeria in mind and not about the global politics that we all know and we all have. Everybody could be afraid of, happening, looking at the history, what has happened in other countries that you guys intervened. However, in Nigeria, what we need is leadership. Just help us and straighten out the election, and we know what we're going to do. If we need your help, we'll get you in. Thank you for that offer, and I think it's an amazing offer. At least something has shaken our dear politicians, our amazing and interesting brothers who have refused that Nigeria will meet her destiny and fulfill her purpose on earth. Thank you so much, and that is it.